Hey everyone, welcome back to Warhammer 40k. This is a new recording session for me, so you might be watching this right after the other video, and you might be thinking to yourself, you can really be thinking anything. I have no claim to your thoughts, which is both an interesting and cool thought. Well, on the topic of being redundant. Oh. Well, we don't want to use the melted gun. Like, it's weird if you think about it. Alright. Are they just... Oh, they were taking the lift. That's cool. So killing them didn't really do anything. But you guys can be thinking about literally anything. And, like, if you're a content creator, I challenge you to think about this as well. Like, when someone watches your video, like, we're under the assumption that, yes, like, they will probably be, you know, watching the video. If someone's watching the video... You'd think they'd be watching the video. Very good, very good. No, what I mean to say is that you think they would be thinking about the video. Okay, take out this. Yeah, you can't take the chainsword. I like the power axe, though. Chainsword could be better depending on how you use it. Which is, and like when I say anything, you might say like, oh, like yeah, they might be thinking about their taxes, like what are they gonna eat for supper. Like yeah, those are normal thoughts, but I mean that. Someone could be thinking about like a monkey eating a jar of peanut butter, and then like he gives the jar to Seal, and then Seal's like, all right, cool, and he puts it into a cannon and fires it off in space. Someone could actually literally be thinking about that while watching your video, and not to put too fine of a point on it, I think that's pretty weird. And like it's weird too. Purity Seal. Superior Fury unlocked. So I think that just lasts longer. For anyone who drains Fury more slowly, his advantage to destroy the enemies of man. Oh, man. I have to say, there's this one Dawn of War game I was playing, Dawn of War 2, and they had like a bunch of artifacts that the Space Marines would use, and they had the coolest names for the artifacts. Okay, you can take a little bit of cover here. Like, I think they had like one called the oh, I don't even know. Armor of the Infernal Legacy? Maybe? I'm saying this with such a lack of confidence, you're probably like, okay, that doesn't sound very good at all. Okay, and I see no reason to poke our heads out and take unnecessary damage, even though we are a Space Marine. And that's really something that plays into the Space Marine. Like, Space Marines, I think, are... It's not common for them to be, like, too... or over-arrogant. Or arrogant, I should say, not over-arrogant. Because, like, they're very strong and they know it. Like, they know they can tear through most of their enemies. So I think sometimes that spurs them to take risks that they otherwise shouldn't do. But, like, I think that's pretty normal behavior, really, if you think about it. And, like, I see that a lot in winter driving as well. Like, the people who drive trucks... Not all, though. I'm not saying if you drive a truck that you're, like, a bad person or anything, but I notice that sometimes truck drivers drive a little bit more confidently during winter because they have a vehicle better suited for it. But then I think that sometimes means that they do things while driving that, you know, maybe perhaps they shouldn't be doing, but they don't care because they have confidence. And that's... Oh, here you go. I think there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. I think being confident can be a good thing. Being confident gives you the drive to do stuff. And I think in some cases... There we go. You're mine. It gives you the drive to try new things that you might otherwise not do. Like, if you're confident, I think you're more willing to charge into unfamiliar situations because you have faith in yourself, for lack of a better term. What are you? Got him. But I think when you're too confident in your abilities, you think you're better than you really are, and that's something I don't like. And for me, arrogance is a character trait that I really look down upon. And I think there's different kinds of arrogance. I don't know if I'm going to, like, well, I say I'm not going to try and dissect it, but I think I'm going to anyways, because, I mean, that's kind of, I think, the nature of my craft, where I'll talk about things I don't really have a great understanding of, and, you know, try and think through them, so to speak. And I think, again, the takeaway is kind of like, well, everything in moderation, right? And I know that's a common theme for the things that I talk about. Like, I think oftentimes I'll be talking about a particular subject, and then I'll round it up with saying, it's like, well, everything in moderation, right? Which I think that might be an uninteresting opinion for some, but I really do feel that's how I feel about things. I also like to be redundant. That's how I feel, how I think I feel about things. Yep. No, and like when I was going through university, I think I went from the process of like not having. Hey, he's a friend.
Captain Titus.
Well met, brothers.
Yeah.
Any idea of our position?
We should be nearing an access point to the surface. The air smells a bit cleaner.
I've had enough of tunnels. Let's get out of here and find the Inquisitor before the orcs do.
We got our friends. That's awesome. Thank you, Battle Brothers. I'm happy to see you. Through university, I think I went with the process of like not having a lot of confidence to like having a I would say a healthier balance of confidence. I became more confident as an individual because I think not having enough confidence can be just as bad as having too much confidence. Because if you don't have any confidence, it's like then you won't try new things because you have this fear of failure. And I'm really generalizing in this subject. I think me talking about confidence and arrogance in a Let's Play, like I just can't do the topic justice because here we are slaying orcs. What I think I'm talking about a deep psychological issue. Cool. That was probably not my best idea. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh, yes, come here. I think confidence is a really interesting subject. And I've met people who are both, like, not confident enough, and then who are, you know, too arrogant. And I think find that balance is hard to do, and I think sometimes I struggle with that balance as well. Because, yes, I think I have become more confident, which I think is good, but I don't want that to become arrogance. Like, the way I imagine it is, like, there's, like, kind of like a bar, so to speak, right? Like, on one hand, you have, like, not confident enough, and on the other hand, you have, like, too confident, and find that balance is hard. And, like, on the other side, some people are like, well, like, I made this thing, and I'm not really, like, it was just, you know, it's whatever, I just kind of threw it together. But it's like, dude, like, it's okay to have some pride in your work because you really did a good job of, this project that you made. And it's good to be mindful of that. And I think, basically, what it boils down to is trying to be honest with yourself. And I think honesty is a trait that I value quite a bit. And I think I've talked about this a little bit. Even though I value honesty, I think there's a time and place for it. You know, like, say, and that's hard to, again, like, I'm overgeneralizing, I think, which I think is just, that's the nature of the subject at hand, because to say, oh, you should always be honest, like, well, I really disagree with that, because I think there are times when telling a white lie, or actually lying, like, outright, in my mind, is the better thing to do. But as a general policy, I strive for honesty, and this is where I think I need to check myself, because I worry that I'm becoming too preachy. It's like, hey guys, I would talk about having a moral compass, and it's like, dude, you're a guy who's playing a video game right now, like, oh, what is that? This is bad. So, I guess I'll, in short, I forgot what I was talking about, would be apologies if I come off as being self-righteous. That's not my intention. I'm just trying to find topics of conversation. And likewise too, if you guys like it when I talk about this kind of stuff, like let me know. But if you want me to put like a cap on it and talk about, say, like the game, I had to think about it. I was like, what else is there to talk about? I was like, well, you can talk about the game for starters. Please let me know. Like, that kind of feedback is really helpful for me because on one hand, yes, I do want to find my own style on YouTube, but if I can find this balance of like catering to both the audience and find like that balance of what I like to do as well, which is I think more unusual commentaries of what I'd like to try and strive to, then please let me know. And actually with that, we're going to end the episode here, so thank you very much for watching. I really like going on those kinds of tangents, but again, if you guys don't like them, please leave a comment. If you do like them, leave a comment, right? I really like it when you guys leave comments, so thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!